Skibbity-bop. Skibbity-bop-bop. Bop. Skibop! It's been 7 days since the lieutenant visited our class. At first glance, everything was still the same. The forest still held out its gnarly claws toward the village, and the wind whipped up white flags weaved from powdery snow every night. When my parents argued in the other room, I would turn up the TV's volume to silence their muffled voices and sit close to Olya. Vua's and Semyon's photos were still 2 black spots on the notice board, and round-faced Senya hasn't returned home too. Wait, Senya? Who is Senya again? Did I forget a child? Did I forget a child? Who is Senya again? I'll probably remember in like half an hour once it doesn't matter anymore. But something did change. I could see how different the looks of my classmates were. They met me with a new portion of pokes and insults. Contempt, mockery, and loneliness became my faithful companions. But most importantly, a shadow slid across my desk, leaving behind a mysterious note. I glanced into the space between rows, but the messenger was already nowhere to be found. Wait, did this happen in the empty classroom? Or, like, in the lesson? I feel like you would know who put that on your desk. Who sent me this note? What could this carefully ripped out and neatly folded piece of paper be hiding from me? Well, you could just read it. More threats and humiliation, or... I took the piece of paper and carefully inhaled the wafting aroma. Ah, yes, what a completely normal thing to say and or do. Blackberry. I'll be waiting at the coldest sock near the dressing room. Come alone. Please let it not be human waifu and let it be fox waifu. I still like her better. She just has more character, you know? Inside was a message in beautiful handwriting. I'm waiting at a dead end near the dressing room. Come alone. Also, I feel like this might actually be neither of them and just be some sort of trap. Alright? Like, this is recorded. I'm proposing that this might be a trap and the kids are gonna beat him up. Like, what I've seen from so far... Yeah, it sounds kinda likely. Drunk on that sudden call, I immediately started walking, looking over my shoulder from time to time, making sure nobody was following me. Even though I suspected it could be another trap set up by Romka and Biasha at first, this buzzing thought soon left my mind. I would keep that thought in your mind, because that is still the most likely option. I don't think Polina is too hot on you, after, you know, everyone thinking that you killed 2 kids. The 2 of them didn't have enough combined brain power to fake Polina's note so carefully. Alright, if you say so. I didn't even notice how I almost broke into a run and jumped around the corner. Also, the music in the background is really nice. As soon as I did that, I rammed into somebody in the dark nook. Oi! Oh, that's her! Oh, that's her! What? Oh! Like a magic bird, a green notebook glided to my feet. Polina puffed her cheeks in exaggerated anger. Petrov, have you lost your sight completely? I fixed my glasses. My nearsightedness wasn't that embarrassing anymore. I bent down and picked up the notebook. Sorry, I was in a rush. Were you waiting for me? Did something happen? Polina studied me with her eyes and clicked her tongue. Do you know what you look like, Antasha? Like blues improv? Do I get an explanation? No, I do not. I blinked in bewilderment. What do you mean? I always associate people I know with something. I do that too, but why music? It can't be anything other than music. Of course, she's a violin person. Some people are like guitar solos. Some are drums. People like our Lilia Pavlovna are warm hearts. And you're so thoughtful, so mysterious. Sometimes even a bit sad. You're definitely blues. Alright. And what about the improv part? It's when the listener has no idea where the melody will go, what tempo it will adopt. Of course, some of the things Polina said went completely over my head, but I couldn't stop looking at her smile. Light like a breeze in May, and her eyes deep and blue. Still, you barely know this girl. Like, I know you want friends, but one needs to have experience and taste to recognize the music in you. You're not some pop music. Yeah, imagine liking pop music. I don't think I even know what blues is. Polina gasped and frowned, which made her look even more beautiful. Alright, we get it. You like her. Don't say something like that to my face. I'll make sure to give you a cassette. Alright, Polina, I see you. Grandpa used to bring me so much music from the city. Jazz, swing, and classical too. He was the one to notice my musical mindset. When I was still very little, I tried recording the sounds of nature on paper. The songs of the rain and the forest. Alright, Polina, a bit pretentious, but... You know what, I'm not gonna judge. Every person has their hobbies, I guess. I wish I had ears like yours. And I'd love to have your eyes. What? I can't stop, worried that she was making fun of me, but Polina shook her head. No, I'm serious. You have the eyes of an artist. I mean, he does do art. You're so good at picturing things. I can't do that. Katya walked past us with a trademark frosty glare. We dove into the shadows, trying to escape it. Wait, both of you? Why would Polina be scared of Katya? You understand why we're hiding here, right? Because of people like her. And what kind of melody is Katya? Polina flashed me a sly smile. The squeaking sound of unoiled door hinges. Oh, damn. Sick burn. You know, this nasty descent. I giggled, covering my mouth. Katya didn't hear our whispers, but she suddenly glanced over her shoulder, clearly annoyed. A moment later, she sighed and went her way. I remembered about the notebook I was still clutching in my hand. I turned it in my hands. Instead of a subject name, the front side had the name of the owner and 2 words. Friends only. Oh, it's a little friends book. I used to have 3 of those, I think. Curiosity killed the cat, you know. I'm sorry, is this a questionnaire? Have you ever filled one? I lied that I had. In reality, girl classmates from my previous school had never asked me to fill their questionnaires. It was quite upsetting. What a missed experience. I mean, it was a girl hobby. You just answer a set of standard questions about your favorite actors and colors, but entrusting someone with such a notebook was a sign of friendship. What do you mean a girl thing, alright? I have a lot of very good friends. You know what? I'm gonna start up a friend notebook again. Alright, I may be an adult person, but you're never told to have a friend notebook. And maybe of something even more. Something I only had a vague idea about. You can fill in mine if you want. My heartbeat quickened. I do, thank you. Polina giggled. Anton's having a crush. I mean, it's kind of obvious. It's been obvious from the beginning, but I still like to make fun of him for it. Actually, there are so many secrets there. You'd be better off not knowing what we girls think. Alright. She reached for the notebook, playing with me. I tossed my finding into my free hand. Polina tried to intercept my move. Her hair briefly touched my face, tickling my nose with its silky locks. I sensed an aroma that immediately filled the whole world. Fragrant, alluring, lively. If only I could picture it, steal it for myself. I felt dizzy, but I gathered myself and spoke in a voice reminiscent of Lieutenant Tikhonov. Your questionnaire is an important piece of evidence, so I'm afraid I have to confiscate it for further examination. Polina covered her mouth and rounded in fake horror. And what are the implications of concealing evidence? We'll decide that in the course of our investigation. I surrender, Mr. Policeman. Just promise you won't read anything. Yeah, sure. It's full of sensitive information. I'm afraid I'll have to investigate whether someone is in love with Mr. Petrov. Alright! Straight up going for it. I mean, kudos, buddy. Polina burst out laughing and pressed herself against my chest, showering me with the aroma of her hair and her milky skin that looked almost transparent, with tiny threads of veins running under it. Also, her teeth are kind of creepy, but her whisper was hot, like a piece of butter sizzling in a pan. Then swear that you will keep this information private. I swear on my police badge. And now we need to hurry, Antasha. Alright, apparently it wasn't a trap, I guess. I took out the notebook during class. Skimmed through it, reading into other people's preferences. I was quite surprised to discover Romka's jerky handwriting inside. Alright. Buying a BMW, hanging out. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. But see, it's not just a girl's thing. Alright. Except if we don't know something about Romka, I don't know. His letters bulged out of the cells, as if embarrassed by their shapelessness. Fearsome Romka found time for something so silly? I chuckled into my fist after I found out that Romka's favorite cartoon is not even Darkwing Duck, but DuckTales. Somewhere in the distance, a teacher was reciting pieces of Andreev's Snapper. I paid them no mind. Polina's page was decorated with flower drawings and clippings from the Cool Girl magazine. Wait, I want to see that. Oh, Schubert, that's actually nice. Town Musicians of Bremen. Hey, that's in Germany. I guess that's about her favorite, story? Probably. Her favorite musician is Schubert. Her best friend is her grandpa. Oh, that's cute. Her hobby is not violin, like I expected, but a much more mysterious listening. Can such a mundane process really be someone's hobby? I looked at Polina over the heads of other students. She was focused on taking notes. I flipped the pages until I found a blank one and armed myself with a pen. Anton Petrov, Class 6B. Oh, wait, can I go back? Backlog. Ah! Here we go. I took a long time to decide on my favorite musician until a trendy pop band, Carman, came to mind with the cool dances in their music videos. Alright. Favorite holiday? That one's easy. New Year's. That's actually kind of fun. My hobby is drawing. We saw. He's actually pretty good at it, I'd say. My dream? Going to Disneyland, I guess. That's a very valid dream. My hand moved on its own, writing... Wait, what? Did I miss something again? My hero. Alright, hero. My hand moved on its own, writing duh. I stopped on those two letters. What if those who read this after me will find my answer laughable and stupid? Was he gonna write dad? Or... After thinking for a bit, I decided that not everything should be disclosed on paper. That's how duh turned into Spider-Man. The spelling was wrong, but who cares? Yeah, now they're not gonna think that you like your dad, now they're just gonna think that you're dyslexic. Good job, Anton. Your biggest fear, huh? I immediately wrote, losing a person who's dear to me. Your phone number. No secret here. 30395. That's a very short phone number. Is that accurate? Are phone numbers in Russia just that short? Your favorite cartoon? Peter Pan? Transformers. Alright, almost. Basically the same thing. Your best friend? I hesitated, gnawing on the pen's cap. Your best friend. I read the question out loud. It was easy, but at the same time very important. The answer to that was my sister's name, so I carefully wrote it into the squares. Olya. Ooh, is Polina gonna know that Olya is his sister, though? Are we gonna see some drama? How am I not your best friend, Anton? Olya. I repeated my sister's name while sneaking out of the school. But also that's kind of cute. I like that. There was a cute, freshly drawn dragon in my notebook that I made to please my beloved sister. In this land of darkness and deceit, her support was the only thing that inspired me to keep drawing and stopped me from losing hope in humanity. The refreshing frosty air made my cheeks turn beet red. It was bright outside, and the sun looked like a whole egg yolk. Alright. The road looked as if it was silvered. The snow sparkled under the sunlight. I smiled, squinting from the blinding whiteness. Who cares if I don't have any true friends anymore? I have something more important. Someone who needs my help, who will never betray or hurt me. After that, Olya betrayed and hurt him. Family is the most important thing ever. That's what Dad always told me. Hey, what's up with this stupid grin? What's up with your stupid teeth, buddy? My numb lips immediately shrank. Pyasha was shuffling his feet in the middle of the yard, his boots restless on the ice. It's not a grin. I tried to go around him, to no avail. Lady Fortune waved me goodbye, disappearing in the early twilight. In a hurry, huh? A little bit. That's waiting for me. I'll shoot him a pager message that you're not coming, eh? My eye flinched unwittingly. My skin dampened. Let's go, huh? We have a small business to discuss. I felt chills run all over my body. I didn't like the sounds of that small business. Those words, accompanied by spitting, normally hid very dark deeds underneath them. Strangers that used to call our old apartment used to say, "Get your old man, we have a small business to discuss." Was his dad a mobster? Pietro turned around. He looked like an astronaut in this tight hood. If I were to imagine him as a sound, he'd be a deafening whistle, a signal given by someone who stands watch. To my demise, there was nobody at the backyard. What about the other guy? Oh, there he is! Ramka, what up? Apart from the grim-faced Ramka, he stood there, his feet wide apart, with his right hand hidden behind his back. Ramka's dry lips were tightly pursed. He kept shooting glances at me as he looked around. There he is, huh?
Вижу.
I can see that.
Ну, здорово.
Well, hello there, Antosha.
Что тебе нужно?
What do you want? Oh, damn. He slowly took out a thin, carnivorously shiny blade from behind his back. A knife, the steel butterfly of death that flies toward the victim's heartbeat. I stepped back instinctively and ran my bag into Biasha. Ramka's minion pushed me back. Wait, he's standing in front of you, though. What? We wanted to know.
Ты не держишь
Do you have any hard feelings for me, Obiasha? Ramka started picking on his yellow nail, looking at me with an evil smirk on his face.
Ну, там, в лесу.
Well, they're in the forest. We kinda roughed you up. It's just a poor upbringing, you know.
Да, до вас
Yeah,
городских
not
далеко.
as cultured as you city folk.
Вот
Is he
порой нас и
roasting himself?
заносит.
So we get feisty sometimes. I nodded, my eyes glued to the knife. The blade glowed under the setting sun, and Ramka's eyes had the same evil glow. He stepped toward me. His knife traveled inches away from my coat. One movement and steel would cut into the cloth. And if he pushes deeper...
Нам одна птичка
A
напела.
little bird told us that
опять
you were
возле
snooping
Полины
up
отирался?
about Polina again. What did they have to do with Polina? Are they jealous? I was so scared that it took me a while to remember who Polina was. My brain was malfunctioning. My knees were shaking. Wait, who is Polina? Is she the sister of one of them? Is she the girlfriend of one of them? Oh god, I feel like I'm missing something again. Suddenly, our class rep slowly walked up to Romka from behind. I see you boys are getting along quite well.
За мной должок, Катька.
How are you one, Katya?
Ой,
Oh, no need to thank me, Ramochka. I'm always fighting for true love. So he is in love with her. The ogre is in love with the princess. Yes, yes, yes. Also, she did notice it then. I thought we hid. I'll kill you, I swear.
Так, я не слышу. Ты
I
к
can't hear
Полине
you.
подходил или нет?
Were you near Polina or not?
Мы так...
Well, we didn't hang out or anything.
Болтать будешь кишками,
The only thing
когда я
hang
тебе
out
брюхо
here will be
вскрою.
your guts when I cut open your stomach. The blade slid across my sleeve with its dull side and reached my collar. The wind made my face cold, but a bead of sweat still trickled from my temple. A switch flipped in my head. It all made sense now. I remembered Romka constantly sneaking glances at Polina. I remembered his scrawly handwriting in the questionnaire. Why didn't I study it more in depth?
Еще раз замечу рядом с
I see you
Полинкой.
need Polina
Пеняй на
even
себя.
once and you won't get away with a
Шишками
simple
отделаешься.
bump. Alright,
Усек!
got it.
Да,
Yeah,
Пшел вон!
no scram. I was probably so hypnotized by the knife that Romka had to repeat his threat.
Вон!
Run! Oh wait, no, scram. He said run. I thought about the cold, sharp blade when retreating from the yard. I was asking myself whether I had enough courage to break the promise I made to these bastards. Are they really... You know what, I was gonna ask whether they would really kill him over something like that. But honestly, I feel like they would. I don't think they care that much. We already have 2 dead children in this. Wouldn't surprise me if they were the ones killing them, even though with Semyon, I don't know. The aftertaste of horrible water I drank down my meds with lingered in my mouth. My thoughts were focused on Polina. But Romka's threat was also in my mind.
да, ага.
I wandered around the house, feeling intoxicated, and nodded to everything my sister said without trying to discern her words. Ollie was talking non-stop, at times lifting up her arms and laughing, only to then suddenly go quiet and give me mom's signature gnarly look. What gnarly look?
А?
Oh, that one. I was yanked out of the prison of my own mind, where seething thoughts pecked at my brain like harpies, stopping me from coming back to reality. I stared back. Olya looked like a mini version of her mom right now. Well, to be precise, she looked like the person Mom turned into when we moved here, with her intimidating posture and her eyebrows directed toward the ceiling.
Ты меня не слушал, так?
You weren't listening to me, were you? She tried spitting out those words at me, copying facial expressions of the person she spent almost all of her free time with. For a moment, I felt like the light Olya exuded all these years waned and wavered in the wind of prolonged changes. Very soon, my beautiful princess will turn into the dragon that was once guarding her prison tower. That thought was much scarier to me than any other horror sneaking up to me from the future. Yep, sorry my guy, your sister's growing up. Nothing you can do about
Оля,
it.
прости.
Sorry, Olya.
Ты же не сердишься,
I
правда?
didn't want to make you mad.
Я просто
I
задумался.
just got lost in thought. I looked around the room, my gaze jumping from one object to another like a hungry beast, trying to find anything that could distract
А давай
Olya.
в приставку поиграем.
Let's play the console. Olya pouted, but there was a spark of interest in her small emerald eyes. The Snow Queen's ice shard inside them started thawing.
А как же
Hey, I know that
второй
reference
джойстик?
actually. Like the actual old Snow Queen stories. Fucking horrifying, but still pretty good stories. And what about the second controller? It's not working,
А папе починить
and Dad has no time to fix it.
Можем из пистолета пострелять.
We can play with the light gun.
Ковбоев или уток.
What do you want to
Хочешь?
play? Cowboys, ducks?
Ты лучше меня
You're
играешь.
better than me at both.
Да ладно тебе.
Oh, come
Пойди целый
on.
день
You must have been
тренировалась, пока меня
practicing the
дома не
whole
было.
time I was away from home. Does she not go to school? Olya burst out laughing. Her heart was warm once again. How did you know?
Догадался? Я сейчас знаю,
But I am a good tutor now. You've already lost.
Не на того напала. Включай
You've picked the
скорее.
wrong fight here. Come on, turn it on.